T2 made that. T2 made that.
Hey, yo, what up, though, fellas? What's the word, man? What's the word? How we doing today? How we doing today, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? We got Rich Hunt in the building, Trap Hokage, my regulars. I appreciate y'all. We got Joshua in the building. We got Ajia in the building. What's going on, people? So today, man, this might be a bit of a long stream, so I'm gonna just cut all the small talk. We're gonna get straight into it. Today, man, I'm gonna review, or rather do an analysis on a video of what a man is a dating coach. The woman, I don't know if she necessarily considers herself a dating coach or a women's self-improvement channel or whatever the case may be. But we're going to do an analysis of a video between a black man who is a content creator and a black woman who is a content creator. They talked about Kevin Samuels. They talked about dating in Black America. They talked about all the issues that's going on. So we're going to watch this together and break this down. And y'all just going to hear a bit of my point of view on their talking points. So real quickly, I'm going to hit up the YouTube and I'm going to pull up the video for y'all. I'll pull up this video for y'all. Let's go YouTube. Black Women Empowerment. So she's a Black Women Empowerment channel. See, that's cool. So she's a Black Woman Empowerment coach, we call her. And my man's was a dating coach, I guess, for men and women. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't do a whole lot of research on these people before I watched. This video was actually sent to me by a woman who's a subscriber of mine. And I watched like a quarter of the video, but I didn't see the whole thing. So I'm going to skip this ad real quick and then we're going to get it cracking, man. We're going to get it started. I'm going to share my screen with y'all and we're going to see what's going on with this. So let me start this from the beginning. All right. So here we go. We got the screen sharing. We're going to share audio. Boom. There we go. So here we have the video. So here on the right, we have Miss Tanya TKO. She has a pretty large platform, something like 160,000 or 170,000 subscribers. So, you know, she has a thriving YouTube channel. And Mr. Let Go, his channel has something like 7,000 or 8,000 subs, more than me. You know what I'm saying? I consider that a successful YouTube channel. So these are two, you know, content creators with, you know, flourishing YouTube channels. So we gonna get cracking and talk about talking points in this video. So as y'all see by the title, Black Male Responds to Kevin Samuels debacle. Gia said it was cringe. Okay, bet. This should be fun then. This should be a fun video. So here we go. We're gonna get this started. First, I'm gonna do a test run, and I want y'all to let me know in the chat box if the sound is there. If the sound is there, we get it cracking.
About lipstick or whatever, or self-love, and somebody comes on and saying, hey, yeah.
So just let me know if y'all can hear that, if the volume was there, just so I know. I don't want to get it started and we don't got no sound. What's good, Special Ray? Let me know if y'all can hear that. And if we can hear, we keep it going and we just get it started. We just get started with the stream, or with the analysis rather. You said, yeah. You said, yeah, the sound was there. Crisp. Okay, bet. So we good. All right, so we're going to start this at the 1 minute mark. Of course, ads. Y'all know YouTube. Y'all know YouTube and these ads, bro. But here we go.
Video. And for a lot of you who have not seen it, I would suggest run and go Google Kevin Samuels viral video real quick, because I'm not going to show any video of it because I don't know how this, I'm still new on YouTube, so I don't want to play the video or whatever.
You can play it.
And I don't know how it works, but I'm still learning or whatever. Okay. But I am joined with my friend Tanya TKO TV. I'm not her friend, but she's my friend. Put it like that.
I mean, we all have different definitions of friends, so I don't give it up that easy.
You don't give it up that easy?
No.
Okay, so for the people who are coming on, make sure to like the video and say hey in the comments. Has a show.
All right, here we go.
Like how it sounds.
Now they talking about the show.
Go check out his show. Like, he's been doing his show for a while. And, you know, I'm not going to say I look at it all the time, but I look at it. And we somewhat have the same mindset, but then we somewhat have a totally different mindset. Because no matter who the person is, I'm okay with being objective, Tanya. I'm not running around just saying bad stuff about every person. No, I'm going to check that. Actually, to be honest with you, Kevin, and one other person are the people that I'm actually learning from as far as doing this YouTube thing. So,
okay, so far, I know what Gia said it was cringe, so I'm I just choked on my own saliva right there. God damn. Well, y'all done that before it go down the wrong pipe, balls. I know Zia said it was cringe, but you know, so far this dude seems cool. You know what I'm saying? Miss Tanya over here, she seemed like she does like theatrical. Like she might have been in theater or something. She was over there, you know, being dramatic, but it was all in humor. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, these seem like two cool people. You feel me? But I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep watching.
With all that being said, I'm gonna continue to be objective, and no matter who the person is, it's something I can learn from. So the video that went viral. The video that went viral is of him and a young lady that I think lives in North Carolina, and she has her own pet grooming business, and She came on his show saying that she wants a high value man. And that is literally what his show is about. His moniker is high value man. He didn't invent the wording, but his whole thing is about high value men. So women come on Kevin Samuel's show to a certain degree, rate themselves, and I'll say it again, rate themselves on how they are worthy of a high value man. They literally say, hey, I want you to rate me, right? Rate.
So for anyone who doesn't, or who's like never seen the video, I mean, the video was viral. I'm sure y'all seen it by now, but in case you haven't, basically what happened was a chick called on the Kevin Samuel show, and was asking, you know, how do I get a high value man? She said, I think she was like 35 or something like that. She had a teenage son. She was making like $100,000 a year. She had a pet grooming business, and you know, I'm gonna just give you all the woman's perspective, the woman's side on what happened. So she went on asking that, and you know, basically Kevin Samuels was being Kevin Samuels, and there's a lot of controversy going on his delivery of the message and whether or not the message he is delivering, not only to that woman but his channel in general, is it progressive? Is it actually trying to help Black women, or is he just capitalizing off of degrading Black women? You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what happened. I don't really. Well, not that I don't really, but I don't watch Kevin Samuels like that anymore. Now that his channel has shifted to this, but I definitely saw the video, and you know, I got my opinions, but you know, whatever.
Rate me. Just YouTube, rate me, RATE. So they come on the show saying, hey, I want you to rate me. So he literally says, what's your dress size? What's your age? What's your height? How many kids you have?
Goodness.
It says menu, gluten-free.
Perfect, so I can eat it all.
We all know YouTube.
Thank you, Green Chef.
All right, here we go.
You know?
What's good, Chad?
So that is what he does, right? And then this young lady came on and to a certain degree wanted some relationship advice. Just overall.
All right, so we already know this. We
and
don't fast forward.
She was there on the wrong. You know how you, just like we named this show, have a Q&A type of show, and your Q&A is about lipstick or whatever, or self-love, and somebody come in. But yeah, I just still have a problem about my taxes though. Wouldn't you be somewhat perturbed? And you're like, yo, I'm talking about self-love, not no freaking taxes. What are you talking about? And they keep talking. And at some point he just says, you know what? It's cool. Let's keep go ahead.
They're saying that they can't hear you on.
Okay, so he has a point, you know, so he does have a point in that. I did hear that in the episode, I don't remember what it was supposed to be about, but it wasn't about, like, I guess he does segments on different days. So on that particular day, the segment on his show wasn't about, you know, calling in advice, how to get a high value man. It was something different. And so the chick called in asking for advice when that wasn't what, you know, the day was supposed to be. And so, you know, some people were saying that's why he got so hostile with the chicken, just gave her the spice that he gave her. So, I mean, Mr. Lego does have a point. You know, she did call, you know, on a wrong day and, you know, ask a question that was irrelevant to the topic of the day. But to counteract that, if it was me, I just wouldn't have answered her question. I would have just told her, you know, hang up and keep watching, or call me on a different day and we get it cracking. But I mean, everybody gonna do what they do. So we gonna keep watching.
On Instagram, and I also sent you a private chat message.
Oh, no. I need them to come over to YouTube because
okay.
I'm on YouTube and Instagram or whatever, and we can, you know, I'm taking calls or whatever, but I'm just letting them know that come over to YouTube. I got it down here. It says go to YouTube, right? But yeah, they're coming over. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, you know, whenever in a minute.
I can't believe you watch him.
So you don't watch him at all?
I find him to be very toxic. I don't fill my environment with toxicity.
Understandable. Understandable. Okay, so what are you?
I see where she coming from. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons I don't watch it, because it's not giving me any positive vibes. You know, I don't have no problems with Kevin Samuels or nothing like that, but I don't watch his channel for the same reason. You know, I used to back in the day, like I'm talking a year ago, 2 years ago. You know, I was getting hip on all the colognes and whatnot, but you know, nowadays I don't watch his stuff much because it's just feels like a lot of negative energy. You know, I don't like putting that into my brain, but you know, that's just me. So I see where she coming from. Now that's contrary to what a lot of people believe. A lot of people are believing that, you know, all the black women love watching Kevin Samuels and calling in. But I mean, as we see right here, this Miss Tanya woman, she says she think Kevin Samuels is toxic. So I mean, that's her opinion. They all gonna think differently, but let's just keep that into consideration. So what I'm getting from this is that Mr. Let Go over here enjoys Kevin Samuels. I mean, he said he's not like a habitual watcher or like a diehard fan, but he does watch his stuff sometimes. And Miss Tanya to the right doesn't feel Kevin Samuels like that. So now that we know that, we're gonna keep watching.
Your thoughts of like, because you've seen because you actually showed a part on your show, Tanya TKO TV. She actually has a YouTube channel and it's freaking brilliant. So make sure to go to her channel and subscribe to her channel. But on your show, you enlightened me to a part of that clip that I didn't see, where he said some things that were, what would I say, appalling, disrespectful, hurtful.
My name is Barbara, and I'm 73 years old. Well, when I was first diagnosed with...
So what kind of smoke you got for him?
I don't have any smoke for him. He's toxic. I don't watch him. I don't let toxicity into my realm. And I said what I had to say in my video, that, you know, first of all, there's a lot of controversy surrounding whether or not that man actually has a real legitimate business. There's also some controversy over whether or not that man is heterosexual.
But what does that have to do with anything, though?
It has a lot.
Now, I'm not going. It's not my business to say whether what I think of Kevin Samuels or his sexuality, but when he's asking what does that have to do with anything, it has a lot to do with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, a homosexual man can't give women tips on how to get men, because that don't even make sense to me. You know, I'm not going. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a true explanation for why I think that, but it just doesn't make sense to me. You know, if he were homosexual, then I would much more understand all the attitude he gives women. And I'm gonna just be honest. You know what I'm saying? It would make more sense to me as to why he gets so spicy and zesty with women, as opposed to just talking to him like I would think a man would. You know, because I don't know any heterosexual men that, you know, talk to women like that ever. You know, unless they just know them and they really trying to get something through their thick ass, hard headed ass skull. But you know, like I said, that's not my business. I mean, it would make sense if he was homo. I mean, but like I said, I don't care. I don't watch his channel, but you know, it would justify the spice. That's all I'm saying. It would justify the spice.
See what women do?
What do you
Do
mean?
y'all see what women do? Like, we ain't talking about that. We talking about the conversation. I don't know what the man does, and he's not a dating coach. He's simply, God darn it. What is it?
Exactly. You can't think of it in probably
Image
what it can
consultant.
be.
He's an image consultant.
So
which
he
means,
claims on the internet.
but look, that means he consults people about the image that they would like to portray. So all these things that you speak of has nothing to do with anything. I don't care.
Don't. If he has no legitimate business, if he is claiming to be something that he is not, if he secretly hates women or wants to be one, or has no interest in really having any functional relationship with any woman, all of this matters. It's in context. Yes, it all matters.
Okay.
I concur with that. I mean, like I said, if those things are true, then it would matter. You know, I don't know nothing about his business life or his corporate life or his image consultant life, but you know, the vibes I get from the few videos I've seen of what he does with women, it doesn't seem like he likes them. It doesn't seem like he's trying to help them or give me any answers. It just gives me a very I don't like you because I'm competing with you kind of vibe. That's the vibe I get when I watch, you know, that kind of shit. But, you know, what does my opinion matter when it comes to, you know, watching the dude's channel who, you know, I think he got something over like 200K subs now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he getting his bread. You know, as long as he happy, my opinion don't matter. So we gonna keep going.
Okay, all right.
So if he claims he's an image consultant, but there is no legitimate verification of the fact that he has any type of substantiated business, and he's over there trying to give people consultancy advice, so people people have a right to know.
But is he giving consulting? Like, are the people? I know you don't really look at the show, but do you think, because overall, I think he said it before, he checked his analytics, and out of the 4,000 to 6,000 people that are on his live virtually every night, the majority of those people are women. So do you actually think those women are looking for business advice or no, Tanya?
Hold on. You said he has 6,000 people on his live. Let me just look up his videos and see what type of numbers he's pulling.
I guess he has a point there. I mean, that's true. The women are not going there to get business advice. But I mean, when he was giving business advice, the dudes weren't tuning in either. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I remember when Kevin Samuels was, you know, teaching us about cologne and teaching us about designer boots and suits and measurements and, you know, looking professional and doing all these other things. And he didn't have the kind of popularity he had now, because that's not the stuff that people want to watch. You know, if we being real, a lot of dudes just like watching women's feelings get hurt. And a lot of women like watching the same thing, to be honest with you. So, you know, he does have a point.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. Like in a 2-hour show, it's really good. I mean, it's huge. It's pretty huge.
Oh, okay, I see. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. All right.
Mhm.
I don't know what his analytics says. So
No, what I'm saying is he's not giving business advice, is what I'm saying. And you're saying he's not business, this and that. But that's not what they're there for.
All right, so
I'll start.
Oh,
God damn, nigga, all these goddamn
no,
ads.
You go.
I was just gonna cancel.
We'd have been through 3 ads in like 5 minutes.
if he is not substantiated as an image consultant, then is he an image consultant? I heard that he was an alleged personal shopper buying things off of the rack.
Well, I know the video that you are referring to. The guy, shout out to the Saint in the Center. He made like a diss video, and I can't. I can't get mad at anybody who made a diss video about somebody, because everybody does things the way they do. I actually, a long time ago, back in November,
my dumb ass had my mic off the whole time. So all I was saying was, you know, do shout out Saint in the Center, because I enjoy his channel. I enjoy his personality. Very intelligent, eloquent speaking black man who, you know, when you look his name up, Marquette Devon Burton, well-established businessman, very, very well-established businessman in tech. I think he started an app or something like that. So, you know, Saint in the Center, check him out. He has good content. He's a good personality. You know, I like to listen to him just to hear him speak because he's very charismatic with his voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm always listening to dudes trying to get pointers of the way they speak and how to improve my own speech. So let's do shout out Saint in the Center.
Last year, I got tired of people calling, influencers calling men F-boys all the time. So I literally made a diss video about Derrick Jackson. So
you made a Derrick Jackson diss video?
Yeah, but I can't call, and we're not going to talk about that. But overall, I'm not going to call the kettle black. So the Saint in the Center made a video talking about how he's not this, how he's not that. And I just want you all to know, like, ladies, we have to stay on topic because everybody wants to be on the comment.
Katrina, you're right. You're right. So what is the topic? What's the topic? I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back on topic. I'm sorry. Thank you, Katrina, for getting me in check, gathering me up. Okay, so what's the topic?
Okay.
Whether or not a fake image consultant is consulting people's images.
I am gonna say this chick is kind of funny. I think she must have did some kind of theater or something back in the day because she's very dramatic in a theatrical way. You know what I'm saying? She got a sense of humor to her. This dude is cool too. So I'm waiting on the juicy parts. I was told this video was very, very interesting, very, very spicy. It got very heated at certain points. So I'm just waiting on that point. We're not gonna do the whole video. And at some point I am gonna skip to the middle because I did watch like 5 minutes of the middle of the video when it first got sent to me, and it was, you know, pretty intense when I clicked it. So in a minute, we are going to fast forward to the middle of the video.
Okay, this particular woman came on and she wanted advice on what she should do. And from your particular video, there are some things that I feel like you left out because in my opinion, the young lady, they both were wrong in certain forms of context, okay? But the young lady, I would say I'm gonna start off with young lady because I know a lot of y'all are, he's disgusting. We'll get to that in a second. But a couple things involving this young lady. The first thing is, like I said earlier, he's doing a show about right? It was whoever hates Kevin Samuels, I want to smoke.
He already talked about this. Come on here
and tell me what you got to say.
He already said this.
And the thumbnail literally
already talked about this already.
For my meal kit delivery, I chose the vegetarian
keep repeating the same
meals
points.
that I received were the salsa verde enchiladas, harissa sweet potato.
Let's do it. Right? So that's the first thing I feel like she did. All
right, dog.
She
Let's
didn't
go.
follow instructions, and when somebody corrected her, she didn't seem to want to listen. Because if that was me, say I went on Kevin Samuels show and said, "Hey, yo, this girl, this and that," he said, "Whoa. This is the, hate on Kevin Samuels."
Like I said, that's fair enough. That's a good point because I thought the same thing. You know, when I heard that she called in asking on some irrelevant topic, like I said, if it was me, I just would have, I would have, said, come on a different day and press that X button or press that end call button, whatever the case is. So, that's just me. Why he even answered the call, I'm not entirely sure because, he knew he was going to give her some zesty attitude with it. Let's be real.
Samuel's episode. We'll do that tomorrow. I would have been like, oh, okay, click. I would have left.
I said the same thing.
So that's the first thing. I feel like she did not respect his time because this is not the time for what she was asking. But she got on there, she didn't care. So that's the first thing. And then she got on there, sadly, and I know you guys, a lot of y'all are women apologists, but in my opinion, and this is just my opinion.
Wait, I could kind of understand what he means by that, a woman apologist. That's a valid term. It's a lot of men apologists out here too. So men apologists, women apologists, y'all are equally dangerous. So fuck both of y'all. If you a woman apologist, a man apologist, whatever the case is. Brave browser. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
She sounded like a little girl. you know, he was just like, all right, so what's going on? Well, she started looking up. But I don't think and I'm like, all right, come on, man. Because here's the thing. I'm just looking at her situation, like, okay, you know, once she finally got it out, she said, well, I make $100,000 a year for the last 3 years. And she literally said this, Tanya, and I want to see what you think about this. She literally said, I date down, and she said I date down about 3-4 times. But the guys that I keep dealing with, I feel like I need a high value man, because the men that I'm meeting on social media, she says on dating sites, but at the same time, she says, I'm not meeting high value men. So he's like, all right, the men that are coming to you are.
So the woman says she dates down, but she says she dates down because she can't find a high value man, is what I'm getting from this. A lot of people do that. You know, it's not much to say on that. A lot of people date down. A lot of black women do date down. I mean, let's be real, because I mean, we simply just don't know where to look for good black people. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Malachi. But yeah, a lot of us as black people do not look for the right people in the right places, because a lot of times it's hard to find those right people with a mix of the right traits we need. So I've heard a lot of things about black women dating down because the men with the bread and the men with the careers and the stable lifestyles, those men don't excite them, but they date down in order to give black men a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucked up situation to be in, but that's the situation we are in currently as Black America. So if that's the correct way of interpreting that situation, I understand her logic, but we gonna keep listening so I can figure more of this out.
Are attracted to you on these dating sites. They're literally looking at your picture. They're looking at your thumbnails, whatever you got on social media, and they're like, all right, those particular guys are the ones that are attracted to you. And if those are the guys that are attracted to you, that's really it, unless you want to change your environment. But then she turns around and says, well, I don't put myself out there that much.
It says menu, gluten-free.
Perfect, so I can eat it all.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Green Chef.
So
okay, what is the question? Because there's a few different things. Let me start with the very first thing, right?
Okay.
He, as the host of the show, if someone calls in and they're talking about a different topic than the show, just like you told me to get back on topic and I'm your guest, right? He didn't have to take the phone call. So let's not.
Agreed. That's my whole point right there, is I wouldn't even took the phone call. Well, when I would have found out what she wanted to call for, I would have just hung up. You know, told her, hit me, hit the show on a different day. We talking about something different right now. So that was my first questionable, moment of the whole scenario, is why did he even accept the call? But men do different things. He got his own reasons for answering the call and, staying on the call with her. So, I ain't judging or nothing, but that was my first question, was why even stay on the call? You feel me? Because like I said, he knew he was going to give her some zestiness. He knew he was going to give her some spice, some attitude. You know what I'm saying? So we just keep listening.
Not act like he's some victim of a phone call in which he had to berate her to get her away from him. That's one right there. Two, so she came on. She was talking about how she doesn't put herself out there. She's on these dating apps. If you go to bargain basement shopping, right? Most of the things that you're going to find are not going to be a good fit, but you really have to dig through the racks. So just because bottom basement type people are attracted to you doesn't mean that you're bottom basement yourself. It just means that it's a numbers game. You just have to sift through the racks.
That's debatable. That's debatable. Only because I believe in the philosophy that you attract who you are. I believe that dating is a very reflective, thing in life, for lack of better words, I believe that dating is very reflective. You know what I'm saying? When you are a certain way, you're going to attract people who are of that same way. So if you are a hurt person, you're going to attract hurt people. If you are a sad person, you're going to attract sad people. If you're a happy person, you're going to attract happy people. I believe that. So I do got to give her some pushback on that point, saying that just because, you a woman and dusty ass niggas are attracted to you doesn't mean that you dusty as hell. I mean, that's true. That don't mean you dusty, but there's something wrong going on internally that's is some kind of energy imbalance that's throwing it off, that's making dusty ass niggas attracted to you as a woman. You know what I'm saying? You might not be a dusty woman, but maybe something inside of you is dusty. Maybe it's personality. Maybe it's drive. Maybe it's charisma. You know what I'm saying? It's a plethora of factors that play into this, man. So that's a sticky situation, but I do got to give her some pushback on that very point.
Right. I agree with you. Or go to another store or high-end store, right?
There's some good finds in the discount stores. All you got to do is just dig through the racks.
But sometimes when you bring said discounted person home, it takes a minute for you to realize that, oh crap, look what I got to deal with. It's almost like, and I don't want to say.
He has a point right there. He definitely has a point, because I definitely understand what she was saying. She was saying that, sometimes you might find that needle in a haystack. You know what I'm saying? You might find that woman who isn't the baddest or isn't the most, isn't the most feminine or isn't the most beautiful, but she could still be something that you can work with and build with. But he's saying that, sometimes you find them people and then you realize, like, damn, like this was in the discount section for a reason. So I definitely understand what he's saying. They both have good points being made so far. So I'm just waiting for the cringe part so that we can have some entertaining moments here and some learning moments.
A man or a woman is like a stray cat or a dog, but it's like seeing a stray cat or a dog on the side of the road. Like, oh wow, look at that cute. I'm sure you've seen a cute dog or a cute, for the dog lover, you've seen a cute little chihuahua walking down the street, and you're like, oh wow, what's that? Whatever you would say, I want to take the dog home because it's a nice looking dog. But when you get it home, and this is for men and women, because this is a woman shopping for men, so I don't want y'all women getting mad at me. You're gonna realize that it possibly may be a reason why this dog is homeless.
That's a good point. I think we're getting into the interesting parts now. That's a good point as well, because my dad always picked up stray dogs. When we had dogs in the house, we never bought dogs. We always picked up dogs off the street. I remember when I was little, the first dog we picked up, I was like 3 or 4 years old. His name was Rocky, and beautiful dog, Rottweiler, beautiful coat, very energetic, but let's just say he lacked behavior skills. He was very wild, very rambunctious, just like to eat up and tear up everything. And so it was a reason why somebody said, I can't handle this dog. I'm gonna just let him roam the streets and somebody will find him. That could be the same with a man or a woman. Obviously not letting them roam the streets and, just doing whatever like that. But I know what he means. He's saying that, yeah, you might find a chick that's cute, or a chick might find a dude who she's attracted to on the outside, but then you bring him into your life, you introduce him to your life, and you find out, damn, like this is really a fucked up individual. Like I shouldn't have introduced this person into my life. You know what I'm saying? That was a wrong move. It was a reason why this person was single. It was a reason why this person didn't have, people of the opposite sex flocking to them. It was a reason why people avoided them. So I messed up by introducing them into my life. I should have took note of their situation.
This man is in the bargain basement. He may look good. He might be a good find, but once you bring him home, you're going to start seeing that he has mommy issues. He has, anger issues. And they say, you're going to be in a dumpster fire. So why shop in the bargain basement for a man? Looking for a man that is lower than you. Like, why do women date down, Tanya?
Why do women date down?
Yeah.
I think Black women in particular date down because
All right, so I'll start. Oh, do you want to go first? No, I don't. You go. I was just gonna.
Black men in particular, the pickings out there are slim. And
They both make a good point so far, because that is a good point. Like I just said, I've heard a lot of stories about women dating down because they can't find a man who they believe they would be dating up with. So they date down in efforts to maybe help him grow as a man or develop as a man. And a lot of times it ends up not working out. You know what I'm saying? I can agree there are slim pickings in the Black community. You know, it's a lot more niggas than upstanding Black men. It's a lot more yeah, I was safe to say it's a lot more hood rat bitches than there are upstanding women, Black women. So the pickings are slim. So she is right in that. You know what I'm saying? And with women desire companionship more than men do, I believe. And so they'll be much more tempted to date in a way that's going to break their standards. You know what I'm saying?
And so if they want a Black man, unfortunately, a lot of these Black men on the racks, these stray alley cats dressed up. I'm sorry.
But how many men do you think are out there? How many Black men do you think are out there? How many millions of men do you think are out there in America?
There's about 40 million Black people in America. And
so
let's
just split it in half. So there's 20 million Black men.
Right, but there's 2 million more Black women in America than there are Black men.
Okay.
So, and then listen, the wealthiest of Black men marry interracially. So that's one. You know, there's a lot of factors with this whole Kevin Samuels video, which is problematic.
So if it's 40 million Black people in America, and I believe the ratio was like 51% to 49 or something like that. So let's say we got 40 million Black people, and then we have it's 22 million Black women and 18 million Black men. A lot of them on each side are going to be hood rat bitches, hood ass niggas, you know, ain't shit ass niggas. So then you got to slim it down by like another 10 or 15 million. And then a lot of the more wealthier Black men date outside their race for, you know, whatever their reasons are. So then you got to shade it down even more. You know, so you only got a handful of Black men and a little bit of a larger handful, but still a handful of Black women. So she is right in saying that the pickings are very slim. So that's why a lot of Black women tend to date outside of their standards, you know, in a downward direction, in a negative direction. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Because Black men get with average looking white women and average looking Latinas every day, average looking Asian.
Now that is a 100% fact. Just like I did my live, what was that, 3 days ago? You know, black men will fight over an ugly white chick. You know what I'm saying? Black men will fight over an average Latina chick, but you know, for whatever reason, a lot of niggas just think that Black women have to be, perfect looking, goddess looking, Cleopatra looking, or the Sphinx structure looking, like whatever the case is. So she definitely right. Niggas will throw hands over an ugly white chick before they get with an average Black woman for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. Well, we know why it is, but we don't gotta get into it, is what I'm saying.
Girls every day, but then all of a sudden, when it comes to a Black woman, then all of a sudden she has to work twice as hard to get half as far.
Well, like I just said, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, niggas will fight over an ugly white bitch before they get with an average Black woman. You know what I'm saying?
There's always these super hoops that Black women have to jump through. When if she was white and obese, let me ask the audience this question. I really want to know. Can you take a survey? Give the numbers. Okay. So if she was white and obese, do you think he would have told her that she was average and couldn't find a Black man to invest in her and be with her? Do you think he would have told an obese white woman that? Can you give your audience numbers to vote on?
Absolutely not, because it would be untrue. You know what I'm saying? An obese white woman can get plenty of black men. Why that is goes into a lot of history and eugenics and social conditioning, but he wouldn't say that to an obese white woman because it would be false. If an obese white woman calling his show and says, "Can I get a high value black man?" You know, it's easy because she's white. You know what I'm saying? Because she's white. Just like in the live I did the other day. When the white chick called black men self-loathing, easy with low self-esteem, and that they drool over white bitches, it's a fact. You know, it's a fact. So Miss Tanya to the right over here has a point.
Okay, if you think woman, put a 1 in the chat, and he would have said the same thing.
No, that's it. You said the same thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. If you think he's white woman, put a 2 in the chat. Sorry, I know I confused y'all. So I'm not really getting your point.
So I guess your girl is a fan now.
Jesus Christ.
Artist literally does all the work for you. With my busy and hectic
Hey, dog, she making bread off this live.
Bread in the oven, or I can
where the mouse at? It's about to add every 3 minutes. But I ain't knocking the hustle though. See, this is why I don't like reviewing videos
The
like
point
this.
is
There's always
that
some technical
people out
difficulties.
there are not going to say that an obese white woman or an average white woman is not going to be able to get a black man.
Why?
Because
I don't know.
Because the data shows different. There's all types of out of
Man, listen. Fuck some data, dog. Anecdotal evidence tells me that an obese white woman is not going to have any issues getting a black man. You know what I'm saying? No issues at all. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? We don't need data to know that. Anecdotal evidence. You know what I'm saying? Gypsy stories to tell you that. You feel me?
shape, non-pretty in the face, unkempt white women who get black men every single day, high-earning black men who are football players and all types of stuff. Come on. There would be no need. She wouldn't even come there for his validation. She would just go take her fluffy white ass over to the end zone and go find herself a baller. It's as simple as that. She wouldn't waste her time on his show. She would just go take her fluffy white ass to the end zone or the whatever you call that thing in the mid-court, and she would shake them white tatas, and she would get herself her black man. So
she's 100% right. You know, I wish it wasn't that way. You know, I'm experiencing secondhand embarrassment right now because that is 100% facts. But I mean, I ain't even gonna get into that. We just gonna keep it at that, man. She right. She right. A obese, you know, a 300-pound white woman, as long as she got some fat titties and a sloppy ass, she'd be good getting a black man.
So what is that saying? Black men are more attracted to average white women versus average black women, and a black woman has to be what versus what?
the standards for black women is just different.
Is it too high or too
no,
low?
it's you have to be near perfection. You have to be all of these things. And it's like, even with the when we talk about the purity of white women, right? White women just in our society have a higher market value because they are the white men's daughters. Because they are the daughters of the men who have set the standard of beauty in this country. And so, no, they don't have to go through the same parameters. It's like when it comes to a black woman, you have to be Virgin Mary, Mother Teresa, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and all of these things rolled up in one in order to be able to be deemed worthy. Now, what it is that Kevin said.
Once again, I mean, she's spitting facts. She's spitting facts, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be one of these dudes that's gonna say she lying and try to make up some bullshit because she telling the truth. And you could see it on dude's face. Like he knows she right. He knows she right. But he feeling the secondhand embarrassment just like I am. You feel me? Because he know she telling the truth. I know she telling the truth. I'm just not afraid to admit it because I done already talked about it on a whole 2-hour live stream that I did upload on Patreon.
To that woman, he said she didn't deserve a man who made 6 figures. She makes 6 figures. What is it that makes her feel? How can any human being tell another human being what it is that they deserve? How?
Okay. I'll answer that. The first thing I want to say something about the black white thing.
It says menu gluten-free.
God, motherfucking damn.
Thank you, Green Chef.
They making bank off this video.
I kind of agree with that, you know, but I don't want to do with the white woman versus black woman because I don't know enough about that. But I can understand how the average American would see.
Quit lying. Quit lying. What's that one meme? Stop the cap. Stop lying, dog. You don't have to know nothing about it. You know it's the truth, bro. You know it's the truth. I know it's true. All y'all in the chat know it's true. An obese white woman can get a black man much easier than the average black woman can. I mean, let's just be honest.
A white person as the a certain level, you know, where I don't know, you know, we're not looking at dating wise, we're looking at culture wise. So I can understand that, but I'm not really going to go with the white woman versus black woman. Would he have given her different advice? No, because I've seen him do it. He's giving
to average white women. You heard him tell average looking white women that okay, well, listen, you know his show, I don't.
I mean, bro, let's just be real. The original question was if an obese white woman called into his show and said, "How do I get a high value black man?" I could tell her just go outside and talk to some black men. You good. You'll have a high value man in 3 months. Now, if she were to call in, if a obese white woman called in Kevin Sims and said, "How do I get a high value white man?" That'd be a different story. That'd be a different story. You know what I'm saying? That's why they always come to the Negroes, because they know the Negroes is going to fight to have that white skin and that blonde hair. You know, that's not me. That's not the way I navigate things, but that's the way a lot of fellow Negroes who I've been in proximity with have behaved in the past. You feel me?
Yeah, it's all kinds of.
This woman was looking for a black man. Yeah. Now we know white men have different standards. White men have different standards.
Well, that's like I said, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole of white, black.
Okay.
Because this is part of what my issue is, because you literally said that black women have to be damn near perfect, right?
Yes.
I disagree.
Okay.
We talked earlier on the phone about that I somewhat have a problem with women, but mainly black women, because I only date black women. So I'll say black women, because I don't want to say white women don't have this. I don't know, because I don't date them. So black women have a certain.
I'm going to take this brother's word for it, but some kind of vibe he gives off tells me that that's not the truth. But I'm going to just take his word for it. You know, maybe I'm tripping. But something tells me he doesn't just not date white women. You know what I'm saying? Something tells me that that's not the truth. But we going to keep going. You know, I'm going to take my brother's word for it. You know what I'm saying?
Amount of masculine energy as they walk around, as they operate in society. And I
all right, now we getting into the good shit. He brought up how black women have masculine energy. This is where it's going to get interesting. This is where we can have some real talking points, some real learning points, some real just rhetorical question moments. You feel me?
I did say that it's understandable because when a black woman isn't covered and she's young and she's attractive, she has to, in a way, keep guys off a little bit. And as a habit, she may have a habit of exerting or exhibiting masculine energy. And a masculine energy would be like, the way she walks, the way she talks, the way she responds to things, and my dream would be for black women to let their guards down and be more elegant, more vulnerable, and more feminine. But out here in society, when you don't have a man, that may get you hurt in a woman's eyes, because I'm not a woman.
Okay, so based off what he said, lets me know a lot about who he is and where he's from and where he's grown up. At least I can infer. Like I said, I don't know this man, so I could be wrong about my inferences about him, but what he just said tells me a lot. So basically his explanation for black women having more masculine energy than other races is because when black women aren't covered up and they are single, they have to have more masculine energy to ward off men. Does that play a factor? Maybe, maybe not. I know black women have more masculine energy because we grow up in such environments where children shouldn't be raised in. You know what I'm saying? I know that a lot of black women have masculine energy because they grew up in dangerous environments, right? Just like the men did. So what are they going to do if they don't have masculine energy? It's much easier for them to get snatched up. It's much easier for them to get finessed by a dude that's trying to kidnap them and do something to them. You know what I'm saying? So in my experience, a lot of the black women, they do have a little bit more masculine energy, but it's because that's what they had to have to survive. Let's just be real. So I also understand why black women have more masculine energy. You feel me? Growing up in the hood, growing up with a lot of predatory black men around, growing up with a lot of predatory black boys in your schools, predatory black teachers in your schools. I wholeheartedly understand, and I've never neglected it. You know what I'm saying? I've never neglected it. You can only be so feminine when you got a dude, when you got a creepy ass nigga living down the street from you, and you got a 45-year-old teacher at school that's low-key be looking at you. You can only be so feminine. You're going to have to be a little bit masculine just to put your guard up and protect yourself. Let's be real. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Our conditions have made us very imbalanced when it comes to our energies. A lot of black men have a lot of feminine energy as well. On the flip side, a lot of black men have a lot of feminine energy as well. And on the flip side, a lot of black women have a lot of masculine energy because our environments are not under the circumstances in which we can just grow up normally. You understand?
Woman, I'm not 130 pounds. I don't know. I don't know how it feels to be a woman. So I can understand how so many black women can actually just operate in their masculine instead of their feminine in order to survive out here. So with that being said, one of the problems I have with black women is this masculine energy that they exhibit. I don't personally have that much of an issue with it, because when a woman comes around me, and I'm not saying I'm all this and that, but when a woman comes around me, that masculine energy goes away. But I can't date all of y'all. And I can't run around telling men how to be like me, because some men may not want to be like me,
So you see, it's a little bit of oxymoronic dialogue going on here. First, he said his dream would be if black women tossed some of the masculine energy to the side and got more feminine, more elegant, more gracious. But then he says, but when they talk to me, I don't experience the masculine energy. But right before that, he said his dream would be for black women to be more feminine. but he doesn't have an issue with it. So why is it an issue if you don't experience it directly? Because I know for me personally, I've always known Black women have some more masculine energy, and I've always known why. But it's never been an issue to me because, first of all, depending on where they're from, depending on just how guarded they are, a lot of times, like he said, when I introduce myself to them, they do let their guard. They aren't as masculine just when they're walking around on guard. Second thing is, I know how to break that down. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man. I know how to settle some of that energy down, break that shield, you know, have her put her gun down, that gun of masculinity. I know how to put that down and calm her, put her more in that feminine state because I'm a masculine man. You know what I'm saying? So it's never been an issue for me that Black women are more masculine. That's one thing I've never understood is when dudes say they wish Black women weren't so masculine. Oh, but when they talk to me, they're as feminine as possible. I just wish they were less feminine. But nigga, if it don't affect you, then why is it an issue? You know, you ask questions, man. You got to ask questions.
And it's something that I can't explain about me that I do for women to let that masculine energy go. So the only thing I can do is let women know, like, yo, I understand that there's a masculine a need for masculine energy as a woman being out here single. You know, it may, you know, keep you a little away from
Also, shout out to Flo from Progressive. I heard she makes millions off Progressive. In the meantime, while we wait for this video, Red Sings the Blues said the part of being a man is knowing how to defuse the bomb. Women are going to be defensive. I agree, especially Black women, because there's a lot of predatory ass Black men out here. So they have to be on guard. They can't just welcome any man with welcome arms. That would be stupid. You know what I'm saying? That would be stupid. So I understand. Oh, come on.
Guys trying to holler at you all the time. I'm sure that may be annoying, but at the end of the day, when you are what you repeatedly do. So if you keep walking around and operating in this masculine energy, you can't do anything but be masculine once you meet that man. And that's one.
See, he just contradicted himself again. He said, okay, if you walk around in all this masculine energy, then you're going to be masculine when you meet a man. But he just said women don't give him that masculine energy. They give him the feminine energy, you know, which I could take his word for, you know, because that's the same with me. But why are you complaining about it or painting it out in this kind of picture when it's not a problem for you? You feel me? He just said women don't give him the masculine energy. But now he's trying to explain why Black women give a lot of masculine energy to men that they meet. See, you making me ask questions, Mr. Let Go. You making me ask questions, dog. I think you lying to me, dog. I think you lying. Big homie. I don't think you was Mr. I get all the feminine energy, because if you were, you wouldn't be getting you wouldn't be giving this kind of conversation. You know what I'm saying?
One of the pet peeves I have about black women.
This is a fallacious argument. I was waiting for you to finish speaking, but I didn't know if you were ever going to stop. This is a fallacious argument. First point, that Black women have a lot of quote unquote masculine energy. Which Black women? Black women in America? Black women in the Caribbean? Black women in Africa? America. What Black women are we talking about? America. So then
that's a good question to ask. It is very much so, specifically African American women.
Need to ask ourselves, what is the situation that is existing in America which is altering the ability for Black women to be quote unquote feminine in America? And then also, by whose standard are we judging Black women in America by the
I mean, my bad, my mic was off. See, Khalid always be dropping gems on y'all. I did a video on this like I don't know, a month or two ago, talking about how the way women treat you and behave around you is a gauge on you and your masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a problem with the masculine energy that black women have because it's affecting you in the way you communicate with them, that's a reflection on you. Like I said, I know when they walking around in daily life, they do have to have some masculine energy to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, even when I do talk to them, they still had a guard up. It's just a matter of breaking it down. You know, letting her know that I can be trusted, that I'm not some dude that's trying to hunt her down and, you know, put her for sale on Craigslist. You know what I'm saying?
Standards of women from raised and protected and provided for by other men, like black women are more masculine compared to which other women? Which other women? Are we talking about white American women, Asian American women? What women are we comparing black women to say that black women are more masculine than other women?
They're more masculine than men. That's who they're more masculine than. That's who. That's who.
All right. Okay. So that was. See, that's going to make me question this man entirely. This man said black women are more masculine than men. I don't know about y'all, but that sound kind of sus to me. That sound kind of sus to me, dog. I would never in a million years think to even say black women are more masculine than men, because they not. They ain't that masculine. I mean, some of them are. You know, if I go back to my city, my neighborhood, if I go back to Grand Boulevard between Joy Road and Dexter, Dexter between the Boulevard and Joy Road, I got tongue tied. Yeah, some of them are more masculine than some dudes I may go to college with, but to say black women are more masculine than men, when you just said you don't get the masculine energy, Mr. Let Go. You just said when women talk to you, they feminine. But now you saying black women are more masculine than men. All right, my nigga. Okay. All right, my nigga.
You're more masculine than the average man. Or either, because this is what happens, not to cut you off, I want you to go back to your point, but just remember, just in you know, just in common sense, the law of attraction, or whatever you want to look at it as, masculine attracts feminine and feminine attracts masculine. So if you're walking around with masculine energy, don't you think you're going to attract men who exhibit feminine energy?
Now, he does have a point in that specific point. He does have a good point. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell chicks all the time, you know, if you out here hustling like a grown ass man, then a lot of other grown ass black men are not going to be attracted to that. I mean, let's just be real. If you are like, just, you don't have no femininity to you whatsoever, you know, you just pretty, but you don't have no feminine energy to you whatsoever, then yeah, you're going to attract some effeminate ass dudes who may not be gay, but you know, they ain't in their masculine. So he does have a point there. Still, all that other shit he said, we not negating that. We gonna keep that in mind, that this nigga said black women are more masculine than men. That's very questionable. I have never heard somebody say some bullshit like that. But with this little point right here, he does have a good point.
You know,
am I wrong or no?
I was watching this documentary.
Mm-hmm.
It's a documentary called The Making of an African Colony. It's on Netflix, and it talks about how Nigeria was colonized by white men, right? It talks about the murders that existed, the land grabs, the resource grabs, etc., right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one portion where it talked about the revolt in the markets. There was a revolt headed by women. And the women gathered together, they gathered the resources, they gathered other women together, and they revolted against white men. And it was in watching this documentary that it dawned on me, right, that Black women have always been fierce. We've always been fierce. We've always been warrior goddesses. We've always had.
That's a good point, because that's true. You know, Black people in general have a bit more fierceness to us, you know, not necessarily aggressiveness, but fierce. You know, I would describe it as control, graceful aggression. And that is true with the women. Black women do have a sense of fierceness, a sense of, I can get it if I have to, a sense of, if ain't nobody else gonna do it, I could do it. You know, black women do have that. And that's one reason why I do like black women, because that's one reason why I love black women. You know what I'm saying? Because we both have that sense of fierceness within us, you know. Now, I'm a grown-ass man, so my fierceness is not really fierceness. It's more so just aggression. But black women definitely have a fierce side to them. And that's why I like it, because it's much easier to build with a black woman, you know, because you know, if you a man who put in work, then a black woman is going to want to help you put in work. And when black women want to help you, they gonna put in some work for you, you know what I'm saying? Because they fierce, you know, they got that side to them. They got that grit and grind side to them, you know what I'm saying?
Black people in general have an energy that exists within us because we are.
Yay, I'm so excited. Eating healthy is obviously important to me. That's why Green Chef is the best. It's like the farmer's market came to me, and I love that. Getting everything delivered like this, all prepped and pre-measured, means I'm much more.
We are the original man and woman. We have a certain fierce, fiery energy that exists inside of us, right? Black women have always been powerful. Black women were made for Black men. Our power, we are powerful beings. Black men are powerful beings. Black women are powerful beings. And
another thing to add on the fierce, you know, the point about black women being fierce, black women have always worked. You know what I'm saying? Always worked. We talking thousands of years ago, you know, millennia ago, black women were working. Black women was putting in work. You know what I'm saying? When they brought us from Africa and enslaved us, black women was slaves just like the men was. You know, they might have been doing, as you know, they was out there picking cotton just like all the rest of them, but black women was slaves just like the men was. And even all through, you know, the 20th century when slavery was abolished and all that, black women still worked. So that's another thing about the fierceness. Black women have always put in work. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak on no other race of women, but I do know that for a fact for black women. Black women have always put in work. Black women always, you know, been in the dirt beside the men, beside the black man. The black woman has always been the black man's right-hand man. If that black man was digging a hole, that black woman was, you know, she wasn't just somewhere else in the house. No, she was sitting there moving the dirt out the way, making sure none of the dirt fell back into the pile. You know what I'm saying?
power works in tandem with Black men. What's ending up happening is we have Black men who are now coming out and they are saying, well, look at the behavior of the women who are raised in households with men who protect, provide, pamper, are masculine, and provide a space for their women to be feminine. I saw this YouTube series that came out a few years ago where there are these Black men who were talking about going over to Brazil to find women because the women in Brazil were oh so much more feminine. Now,
goofy niggas, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, that's some goofy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? What am I as a grown ass man to go somewhere else to get a whole different kind of woman? You know, we're not talking about going to Africa. We're not talking about going to Nigeria or Ghana or Sudan. No, we talking about going to South America. We talking about going to Europe. Whole different kinds of women. How do I look as a grown ass Black man going to get some whole other woman that's not even part of my own, you know, like phenotype? You know what I'm saying? How do I look? I look like a quitter, dog. I would look like a quitter. You feel me? I look like a quitter if I do that. You feel me?
Now, the majority of Black people who were trafficked from Africa were taken to Brazil. What is the difference between the Black women who are in Brazil and the Black women who are in America? You're talking about going to another man's patriarchy and coveting the women who are created in that man's patriarchy, in the safety of the roads that are built in his country, the businesses that are built by the men of that country, the housing structures, the food supply chain, the currency, the society that is made by another man. So what ends up happening is Black men cuckold themselves by adoring.
DJ scratched the motherfucking record, nigga. She just said something that was very powerful that I never thought about before. You know, when you a nigga that say, you know what, I'm gonna move out the country for some coochie, you saying that I'm gonna go up under another man's government, another man's patriarchy, a whole nother man's country, and I'm gonna mess with some other men's women because I can't control my own women. I can't deal with my own women. I can't be the man that my women are gonna love. So I'm gonna go to another country under some other men and deal with them other men's women. She used that word cuckold. She said those Black men cuckold themselves. That's a good point. I never thought about it like that. I'm gonna have to steal that. Tanya TKO. Black men be cuckolding themselves with all that. I'm gonna go get some pussy in Brazil talk. You feel me?
Coveting and being envious of the women created by other men, by other men's masculinity. And then they look here in this country and we see all of this out of wedlock, these Black men who ain't doing the right thing. I remember in 2011 when I looked at the statistics for HBCUs, 75% of the enrollees at HBCUs were female, only 25% were male. So we have a society of men who just don't seem to want to give a damn about being upward mobile, who don't seem to want to give a damn about protecting and providing for the women and children, who don't seem to want to be there to provide a masculine structure in their daughters' lives. And then they turn around and they say, well, look at you, who had no masculine backbone and who had to fend for yourself, who got calluses on your hands. No, bitch, now you too rough for me. You too hardened for me. I'm going to go covet that which was created by another man's penis. I'm going to think that his DNA is better. I'm going to find the women who have his phenotype to be better than the women of my phenotype. So yes, so Black men end up really cuckolding themselves and betarizing themselves to another man, which he obviously feels is superior to him because he likes the way that that man raises and protects his women better.
I mean, what can I say? She laid it out all on the table. I mean, I give credit where credit is due. You know, what she just said was very profound and it was very true as well, even though I wish it wasn't, but it is. She just broke it down bit by bit, put it all on a platter for niggas to listen to. You know what I'm saying? That was very, very profound. You know, I could do a whole live stream just on what she just said in the past minute. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I've been talking about for a minute. You know how a lot of Black men, well, a lot of these niggas talk so much about how horrible Black women are, but we the men. Like, I never understood that. We the men, we supposed to be the leaders. We supposed to be the heads of households. We supposed to be raising the quality women and the quality men. As fathers, as men, we supposed to set the infrastructure for the community so we could all have honor in our Blackness, so we could all love and appreciate our Blackness, have pride in our Blackness. But we haven't done that. That's why we are where we are. Now, a lot of it is systematic. A lot of it was set up like that on purpose. I mean, let's be real. But we still haven't played our part. But the hurtful part is where we talk about divesting the other continents for some pussy. Because the Black women give too much attitude. That's a segment. That little 1 minute or 2 minute segment, I think all Black men need to listen to that. You know, even if you can't relate to it on an individual basis, because like I said, I can't relate to that on an individual basis, but I've seen it all my life growing up. You know what I'm saying? how good is a woman really gonna come out the house if she wasn't raised by a good man? You know what I'm saying? That's why I really want to have some daughters. You know, I want a son too, but I really want some daughters because I want to raise some quality women. I want to raise some quality women, and I want to raise a quality young man. Because that's what black men are supposed to do. But when we don't do that, we end up in predicaments like we are right now, where this nigga said black women are more masculine than men, which is just sus to say in itself. But we don't got to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to screen record that little segment once I'm going to rewatch this on my phone. I'm going to screen record that because that's very important to talk about. You know, I know niggas love to say, don't listen to a woman, whatever a woman has to say. But nah, she just dropped a gem on y'all that I ain't heard a man break down like that ever. I've never heard it broke down like that. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard it broke down like that.
Interesting. So,
and that nigga lost for words. He just sitting there talking about interesting. You know, that's all he got to say is interesting. Because he know that shit true. He lost for words. That nigga is, that nigga is speechless. You feel me?
I can 100% agree with you on that. But as an individual, and I'm not disagreeing with you, as an individual.
So I guess
God
your girl is a
damn.
fan now. Daily Harvest literally does all the work for you. With my busy and hectic schedule, I can.
What do we do about this right now as an individual? There are hundreds of women watching this right now, wondering is, you know, some maybe thinking like, you know, was Kevin Samuels right? Was he warranted? Was the woman wrong? Or was the woman right? And according to what you were saying, that makes a lot of sense. But right now, just coming from a man's point of view, with all that being said,
Black men have to love themselves more. That's the first and foremost. Black men have to love themselves more. A person like Kevin Samuels and any damn black man on the internet trying to give some damn relationship advice to a woman, he needs to get his black ass up or sit his black ass down and start trying to give some business advice to black men. Start trying to mentor black boys and start trying to shift and shape the landscape of our dating pool. Instead of trying to tell a black woman what she can and cannot get, that she can't get a six-figure man, he needs to be trying to figure out how to make more six-figure black men. He needs to be trying to figure out how to get some political power in this country. Because like I said in my video, he calls himself an alpha man, but he is really an omega boy. He is a boy in the white man's land. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. He's talking about who it is that he is. And look, wolves run in packs. Where's the pack of black men? Now, listen, I understand you said, I don't know if you talk about it publicly, what it is that you do privately, but I know.
Points were made. You know what I'm saying? Points were made. You know, personally for me, that's why I've never gotten on my channel and, you know, tried to, you know, tell women what to do or tell women what they should be or tell women what they should be doing. Cause I'm a grown ass man and there's other men out here who need some improvement as well. So as a man, I'm gonna improve the men first. Cause I know firsthand what it's like to be a man. You know what I'm saying? That's why my channel is about talking to I talk to the men and the women, but I'm giving advice to the men. I'm giving suggestions to the men. I'm trying to help the men improve. Now, like she said, if a man is proclaiming to be this businessman, this six-figure man, you know, why not shift your focus from telling women how to date to trying to, you know, build some wealth amongst black men? You know, now I'm not trying to say, or I'm not trying to tell no man what to do with his time or what to do with his content, but me personally, I agree with that. You know, and I'm not no six-figure man. I'm not no, you know, high-value man. So I can't teach y'all how to make six figures or be a high-value man. But what I can teach y'all is how to understand yourself more. I could teach you how to develop more knowledge of self, how to become more interesting with a gift of gab. I can teach y'all how to develop your intellect. I could teach y'all how to self-educate just so that you can have better conversations in your relations and connections with people. I could teach y'all how to work out and go to the gym and eat right. I could teach y'all how to dress better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. You know, it's never made sense for me to just get on here and talk to black women about what they should be doing because I'm not a black woman. So I don't, I have my suggestions on what you should be doing, but I'm gonna talk to the men first. You feel me? I'm gonna talk to the men first. I'm gonna talk to the men first. I'm gonna tell the man, hey, if you having problems with talking to women, maybe you should, up your charisma a bit more, your intellectual charisma. Which that was one of my lowest view videos for how good it was. Go figure that. I can tell you to read some more books and educate yourself on some more things so that you can have more to talk about. I could tell you for whatever bread you are making, stack it up. Invest in a better wardrobe, invest in some better grooming, some better hygiene. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you how to have better conversations, more intimate conversations with women. I could tell you how to look more in shape. I could tell you how to be more healthy. So that's what I do. You understand? And when I'm making 6 or 7 figures, maybe 8 figures, best believe I'm gonna be teaching black boys and black men how to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep watching. Let me quit preaching. What did I just do? Press the wrong button.
Know that you're doing some things to gather together with other black men.
I pressed the back button on my mouse.
To protect, right?
Yeah.
But other black men, they need to be figuring out ways to protect the children that they have, to protect the resources that they gain. We need an army. We need to be able to control our food supply. We need to be able to control the houses that we live in. Black men need to be trying to figure out how to buy real estate, how to buy property, how to if we get cut off, if worse comes to worse, most black people don't even know how to get food unless the white man is creating a way for them to get it. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. You're not lying.
Then. So we need to start thinking about those things. So it's like, how do we expect for a black woman?
One thing that I can infer is that I'm pretty sure she grew up with a father. You know what I'm saying? I can tell that she probably grew up with her father in the house only because she seems to understand how valuable the leadership of a man is, particularly a black man. And so she's laying that out on the table. You know what I'm saying? She's saying, y'all are supposed to be our leaders. We want y'all to be our leaders. So y'all should be doing X, Y, and Z. I'm getting that vibe that she definitely probably grew up with a strong father in the crib. If not a strong father, then grandfather or some strong uncles or some strong brothers, whatever the case is.
And to be feminine when a black woman doesn't even know if the fruit of her loins will survive out here in this white man's land because black men aren't doing enough to even protect the seed that comes from his loins. Come on.
I got to stop you right here. I got to stop you right here because I got an amazing point. First, before we get to that point, make sure to hit the like button. These likes are terribly low. There's 152 people on here. Let's get these likes up. So I need at least 30 likes in the next 10 seconds. All right. So with that being said,
I just want to say 30 likes in 10 seconds is a lot of fucking likes.
We all had plans.
That's a lot of fucking likes.
Many have changed.
If this is true, Tanya, why on earth, because we're going to go right back to what the young lady said, why on earth are women dating down? This is not just her. It's thousands of black women dating down. See, this is the way I look at it, because you're talking about survival. And I love this, the context of what we're talking about now.
Are there enough black men for black women to date up? Come on, let's ask that question.
All of black women needs is one. So let's just look at this right here. If you look at animals, insects, fish, have you ever seen dragonflies flying around and they look like they're fighting? in a lot of cases, they're not fighting. It's a female dragonfly trying to get away from a loser dragonfly trying to mate with her. And he's like, no, nigga, get away from me. You don't do enough. You're not gonna mate with me, because if you mate with me, you're gonna give me weak babies. So when women
Now, I don't know anything about dragonflies, but that sounds like a bunch of bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. It might be true. Hopefully it is. I don't like accusing people of making up bullshit, but it sounded like a bunch of bullshit if you ask me. But I hope it's true. I hope it's true, because then his point will make a lot more sense. You feel me?
are dating down.
Thank you, Traveling Diva 2018. Thank you.
So when women are dating down Black women, to a certain degree, she is like damning her offspring, because she knows this man is weak. She literally is saying, hey, I date down because of A, B, and C. So if she got pregnant by this man and he's a loser, a man that she chose, now she just damned her offspring. She just cursed her own children, because this guy is going to be like a lot of.
I'm just sitting here chuckling because I couldn't help but notice how this nigga pins the comment saying that she giving off hella masculine energy with the face palm. I thought that's that nigga petty. I'm gonna just say that nigga petty. Kind of funny, but that nigga petty too.
These women's kids' father.
I see you pinned a comment. Tanya's giving off hella masculine energy, right?
See, nigga, I read the future, nigga. As soon as I said it, she said it right after. See, I be telling y'all, bro, Chris is special, dog. Chris is special, dog. Y'all saw me predict the future, nigga.
Now, you goddamn right. You goddamn right. And why is that?
Oh, you're telling the cursing. I don't want no. I'm new to YouTube. You know a little bit better on YouTube. I don't know how much they are okay with, because I know you can say a little something every now and then, but I don't know. I don't want. I don't know. So,
don't worry. You can still get monetized as long as your curses are not within the first 30 seconds of the video and not in the title. You are right. You can still monetize your video.
Okay.
So can I curse now?
No.
For my meal kit delivery, I chose the vegetarian box, and the meals that I received were the salsa verde enchiladas, harissa sweet potato pockets, and
I don't know enough about this stuff, so no. But the thing about it is, why are women, Black women in particular, purposely dating down, dating losers, dating men who don't have jobs, dating men who have mommy issues, dating men who still live with other women or live with their moms, or their house-to-house couch surfing? Why are Black women purposely dating these men and making children with men that aren't worthy of them? You want to talk?
A point I do want to make, that is this big misconception that goes around the Black community, is that upstanding women just go for these ain't shit ass niggas and have babies with them on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not true. Does it happen? Yeah, it happens sometimes, but most of the time when, you know, you see maybe an upstanding woman with a kid with an ain't shit ass baby daddy, usually what happened is 10 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, they had some one night stand and a baby came out accidentally. And this woman kept going on a progressive path, and the nigga just stayed an ain't shit ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So let's get rid of that lie that all these upstanding women just go for, you know, what we call Pookie and Ray Ray. Upstanding women don't want them kind of niggas. You know, when the Pookie or Ray Ray is their baby daddy, usually the kid be like 15. It's like, dog, I mean, okay, she was 20 years old, got with a hood nigga, because that's what they be doing. Is it good behavior? No, but that's what they do. Had a baby. So you gonna hold over her head that 15 years ago she had sex and had a baby with an ain't shit ass nigga. I mean, it's like, come on, my nigga. Like, she 35 years old now. Like, why are you still hanging that over her head?
Talk about who's not worthy.
They have to know their own self-worth. And when you don't have a father or a father who was worth a damn at home, when you don't love yourself, look, when a black man when the very first black man who was supposed to love you abandons you, it sends you on a spiral in your life where you form these patterns and these habits.
Man, I've said that countless times on my channel. The relationship you have with your opposite sex parent has a lot to do with how you treat the opposite sex when you get older, when you start having relationships and all that. A woman who has never had a good father in her life, or, worst case scenario, she just had a really bad father in her life, she's not going to know how to treat a man like that. Now, I'm not saying it's your job to fix it or correct it or whatever. I'm just saying this is why. If a girl never had a father who loved her and showed her the love that he's supposed to, she's not going to know what to look for in a man. I mean, that's just common sense. It's the same with a man. If a man never had a mama who loved him, he's not even going to know what kind of traits to look for in a woman. He's not going to know what love from a woman even looks like because his mama didn't love him. You know what I'm saying? I say all the time, I was blessed with a mama who will kill anybody for me. You know what I'm saying? She'll put her life on the line in a blink of an eye for me. You know what I'm saying? And I credit that to some of my relationships with women. Like, I know what feminine energy feels like from having a mama. I know what love from a woman feels like from my mama. So now as I'm growing into a man, I know things to look for in a woman, as opposed to some guys who I know personally who don't even like their mamas because they had abusive ass mamas, right? They had abusive ass mamas. They never got love from their mama. So they don't know how to treat a woman. They don't know how to treat a woman. They don't even be liking black women because they attribute black women to their black mama who abused them emotionally and physically and didn't love them. So that relationship with your opposite sex parent is very important. You know what I'm saying? So she has a point in this.
And if you don't know your worth, you give yourself away. 40% of Black girls are assaulted intimately before the age of 18. 40%.
And that's only what goes reported, bro. Like, if we added up all of the unreported and unknown, sexual assaults and sexual violations that Black girls experience, it'd be damn near like 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Depending on where you from, 9 out of 10. You feel me? Like, this is real shit that goes on. Happens a lot with the boys too. A lot of young boys get assaulted at young ages. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them get assaulted by men. You know what I'm saying? Or they aunties. It's crazy shit goes on in Black America, dog. And we just try to pretend like don't nothing happen. You know what I'm saying? There's reasons why we so fucked up. But for some reason, people never want to say nothing about it and just act like, oh, y'all just misbehaving for no reason. Like, nah, bro, we all fucked up, bro. We all fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just like Bell Fan said, it is a lot within the home. So a lot of Black girls was getting assaulted by their own fathers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Their own grandfathers, they brothers, nigga. I done heard some stories. Black girls getting sexually assaulted by their own brothers, they male cousins, they dads, all kind of crazy shit, bro.
So yes. we talk about 4 out of 10 out there, if you see 1,000, about 400 of them have already been assaulted. This diminishes their worth. This diminishes their esteem. This diminishes their internal sense of value and who it is that, and what it is that they feel that they deserve. So it's like you talk about women growing up in an environment where they're not protected, they're not provided for, they were abandoned before they were even born, before they even knew who they were, they had already known loss. So it's like people date what feels familiar to them. And having a person who is a bum, I mean, look at their father. You have to look at who their father was. You have to look at what happened to them. What is their attachment style? What is it that existed in this young lady's life? Why is it that she doesn't know her worth?
But
then we looked at the numbers, right? We looked at the numbers. And listen, I know that there are times where I exhibit a lot of masculine energy because I see that you still have this thing pinned up there. And I'm unapologetic.
I don't know how to bring it down. I don't know how to take it down.
You just tap on another comment, and then untap it.
The firearm industry is working with policymakers and law enforcement agencies across the
And I'm unapologetic. I'm a warrior queen.
Okay.
I'm a warrior queen.
So everything that she's brought up in the past, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 minutes is the stuff that we need to be talking about. Is the things that I'm going to be talking about. I have a whole list in my phone in my notes of issues in Black America topics that I want to talk about. That I want to break down articles on. I want to pull up some articles about sexual assault in the Black homes. I want to pull up information about the lack of fathers or, the population of abusive mothers. And I want to talk about this kind of stuff because this is the stuff we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that needs to be talked about because if we don't talk about it, we're going to keep neglecting it. And the longer we neglect it, the more we're going to separate from each other. You know what I'm saying? Because we the only ones who can understand each other's pain. But if we trying to stay willfully ignorant to each other's pain, then what good is that connection? What good is that connection if we're not going to use the connection to understand one another better? You know what I'm saying? What good is it? What is it for? What would be my point in getting with a Black woman for the connection if I'm not going to try to understand her pain? She's not going to try to understand mine. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, definitely still doing that Patreon. I just be having my own topics that I want to get out the way sometimes, but I'm gonna definitely do this soon. I'm gonna either do a live stream or a Patreon video on it, maybe even both, because it was a good ass topic you sent me. I think I might just make it a Patreon because I don't know. You sent me something that if I put that on YouTube, I'm gonna have all kind of dudes coming at my head. Dudes trying to find out where I live and kidnap me and kill me. So I might just make it a Patreon video, low key.
Queen, and I'm okay. I'm okay. Listen, I was made for a Black man. I wasn't made for any other type of man. I was made for a Black man, and my energy is matched out there. Listen, I don't have to worry. So what is the question now, Aaron?
I have an issue though. You say how did you see Menace in Society? I'm making a point. Did you see Menace in Society?
So, like she said she was made for a Black man. I agree with her. Black women are made for Black men. Black men are made for Black women. That's my belief. You know what I'm saying? And Belle Fan says when you go deeper down the rabbit hole, you be numb. Take your time. See, I'm already numb. That's the issue. I'm trying to unnumb myself. I'm trying to reverse numb myself because of how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I seen death in front of my eyes when I was 8 years old for the first time. Brain splattered on the concrete. You know what I'm saying? I've heard the stories of chicks at my school getting sexually assaulted by their brothers or their dads every day before they go to school. You know what I'm saying? I heard the stories when I was in 9th grade. This chick in my biology class, she used to have to walk to school and take the bus every day. Got kidnapped morning before school. She was missing for 3 weeks. They found her in a whole nother state. You know, I didn't all et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I done heard all of this before. I'm already numb. I'm trying to unnumb myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to unnumb myself. And that's the hard part, because it's easy not to care. It's easy for me to say, you know what, I don't really care. You know, I already done heard this. I done heard to run around. I don't really care to fix it. But now I'm trying to unnumb myself because I want to fix it, because I want to fix us. You feel what I'm saying? I want to feel the pain so that we can use it to grow and build. I want to feel the pain so we can use it as a motivator. I want to feel the pain so I can figure out how to use it to help us build, so we can get some therapy or something. You know what I'm saying? I got to feel the pain in order to understand the pain. And then to help remedy the pain so we can build from the pain. You feel me? I'm already numb. I'm trying to unnumb myself. And it's hard. It's hard.
Society.
Yeah, who was old enough to remember what that movie was about?
It's a movie where three boys grow up in the hood and they're doing all this crazy stuff, shooting everybody and all this.
And second of all, I'm eager to see where he's going with this, because Menace to Society is in my top 3 movies of all time. And I can't see how it fits in this conversation, but I'm eager to see where he's about to go with this
stuff, right? It's it's just like Boys in the Hood, right? Because you can look at Boys in the Hood the same way. But in Menace to Society, there was a scene where O-Dog and Kane was sitting in their grandparents' house, because Kane just came to see O-Dog, right? No, O-Dog came to see Kane, right? And in this neighborhood, it was like drug addicts. It was like crazy. It was like people, it was almost like a train station of drug addicts walking around this neighborhood. It was almost bumping into each other. There was so much going on, right? So this.
Okay, so first of all, this nigga is milking the fuck out the movie. They ain't even like they ain't even show the neighborhood like that. I mean, they showed a few crackheads, you know, the nigga that was trying to suck O-Dog dick for some hamburgers, cheeseburgers, you know, like they ain't even. I just want to see where he about to go with this.
This is the neighborhood that the grandparents were living in, right? Okay. So the grandparents said, O-Dog, do you know God is looking at you and stuff like that, right? And O-Dog looked at the granddad and said, you know what, Mr. So-and-so, I don't know about this. You know, he said something about God. He said, because my thing is, if he loved us, why did he put us here? And that stuck with me, because here's the thing. God did not put them in that terrible neighborhood. You know who put them there? The same people that he's talking to, the grandparents. And to a certain degree, maybe because the grandparents were together, maybe the grandparents, you know, at that time did not have enough wherewithal. You know, you never know what was going on.
You never heard of redlining?
I know. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. And then, but the thing about it is, he's living with his grandparents because his mom wasn't around, because his dad was in prison. So here's the thing: when you say these young women, their dad left, my question is, does that mean that their mom chose a crappy man? Because you know, we're not the only
person responsible for leaving their child is the person who left. That's it.
Hold on.
Okay. I still don't see where he was going. Let's get through this ad and then we gonna talk.
I guess your girl is a fan now. Daily Harvest literally does all the work for you. With my
Okay, so maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know where the fuck he was going with that Menace to Society point. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he's trying to say, it seems like he's one of these niggas who always blames the mama for being a single mother. It seems like he's one of these niggas. I'm hoping that's not the case because these niggas get on my nerves. These niggas get on my nerves. If this is the car he about to pull, let's just keep watching.
But when you, okay, if you sleep with a homeless person and he's up under a bridge and you got a baby by him, guess what a homeless person going to do when he's done doing what he's doing? He's going to go right back under the bridge.
The only person responsible for leaving their child is the person who left their child. That's it.
That woman can jump out of the car and yell at her homeless baby daddy all she wants to. That's not going to change anything. You had a baby by a homeless person. So a lot of these women, a lot of our mothers, a lot of our grandmothers are doing the same things that are going on right now, which is dating down, dating losers on purpose.
So essentially, he's saying that it's the black woman's fault for being a single mother because the ancient ass nigga who nutted in her, you know, he ain't obligated to stay. Like, this is what he's saying. He's saying if the dude was a bum and slept under a bridge, he could just go back up under the bridge. But you shouldn't have chose that nigga. That's what he's saying. I ain't gonna say what I'm thinking because I don't like putting false allegations on niggas, but this nigga is a different breed of nigga. I'ma just say that. I'ma just say he's a different breed of nigga because in my eyes, I'ma ask first, why didn't the man have a condom on? I'ma ask that first. If these niggas are poor and homeless, why is the man having sex with this woman with no condom on? And that's to bring back all these niggas arguments who be like, well, she didn't tell me to put a condom on, so I didn't do it. It's like, all right, my nigga, you a grown ass man. Don't try to play that card with me now. Don't try to play that card with me, nigga. Don't try to play that she didn't say put on a condom, so I went in raw. So you were the nigga who stuck your dick in her with no condom on, nutted inside of her, and you already sleeping under a bridge. You already sleeping under a bridge. So you just said, fuck it, I'm gonna just nut in this chick real quick. You know, fuck them kids. Nigga said, fuck them kids. So now when she is now pregnant by that man and he leaves, it's her fault. I'm lost. Now, yes, we do need to hold the women accountable. We do need to tell the women, if this nigga ain't shit, if you gon' fuck a ain't shit ass nigga, tell him put a condom on. Buy that man a condom and put it on him if he ain't gonna do it. I mean, don't have sex with him in the first place, but if you gonna do it, at least put the condom on it. And it could be sexy, you know. Chicks, they put the condom on the tongue and roll it on it. You know, they do all that. It could be a sexy moment, you feel me? So the women do play a part. But to try to omit all responsibility from the men, that's that sus ass behavior I be talking about. That's when I have to ask, are niggas even heterosexual? That's when I have to ask, do niggas even want to be men? That's when I have to ask, do these niggas want to be men or do they really want to be women? Because for me, I'm the leader of what's going on. I'm the leader of what's going on. So if I decide to fuck a chick, right? I decide to have sex with a chick and I don't wear no condom and I bust up in her and I decide to leave. First of all, I'm the ain't shit ass nigga for leaving out on my kid. You an ain't shit ass nigga for leaving your kid. Number one, I don't care about the baby mama if you know, if she a bitch and all this. No, you got a kid coming in this world. You need to find some way to be involved in that kid's life. Because you the man. Right? Yeah, women could be more selective with who enters their bodies. They should. I wholeheartedly agree. Ladies, some of y'all just get a pussy up too easy. I mean, let's just be real. Y'all get a pussy up too easy to the absolute wrong niggas. Let's just be real. If you gonna get a pussy up to these niggas, at least put the condom on them. At least tell him put a condom on, or you put the condom on him. Do something. Make it sexy. But to try to make it seem like the man is at no fault. That nigga said if he's a bum, he just gonna go sleeping back under his bridge. Omitting responsibility of the man in the situation. Let's just continue, because I could talk about that for another hour. And I ain't trying to be on here all fucking night. We just gonna keep watching.
Because your self-esteem is low. A lot of your self-esteem is so low where you don't feel like you're worthy of a high value man. Forget about Kevin Samuels. You don't think you're worthy of a high value man. And I'm not talking to you, of course, Tanya, but a lot of you don't think you're worthy of a high value man. A lot of you have dated a man that was a good man, that had a great job. And some of you, guess what? You abandoned him because you started getting all in your thoughts, thinking like, oh my God, but he may leave me. Your abandonment issues started coming out of nowhere. See, your abandonment issues aren't triggered when you're with a loser, because the loser needs somewhere to stay. That loser doesn't have a lot of options, but that good man has options. And if he chose you, you may literally self-sabotage the entire relationship because of your abandonment issues, because you know or think in your own mind that you're not worthy of that man. So y'all can sit around and talk about Kevin Samuels all you want to, but at the end of the day, a lot of you don't think you're worthy of a good man yourself. That's the reason why.
Okay, so we ain't about to forget all the bullshit this nigga said before this, but this is a point. This is a point. I have a whole live stream that I did like a month ago talking about why some women, they'll self-sabotage their situation with you. Sometimes women do self-sabotage situations with men they think are good because they don't know if they can stand up to par. That's a real issue that some women have. You know what I'm saying? Some women do, mess up their situations with good men on purpose because they just, first of all, we all lack trust. They lack trust in that man for reasons that aren't their fault. And they think that something is too good to be true. They think that it's too good to be true for faults that aren't their own. So they do sometimes self-sabotage. So he's right. But I don't like how he followed that up with all that bullshit he was saying earlier. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that.
A lot of these men, come on.
Are we having a discussion? What's the question? I've stated the only person responsible for leaving their child is the person who left.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
We disagree then. So it's not the person's fault who left their child.
No, it's a person who chose a man's fault. And I'm not into.
Well, there he said it. He put it all on the table. Nigga said, no, it's not the person who left their child fault. It's the fault of the person who chose the man. He said it. So now we get a more of a better grasp of who this nigga is right here. All I'm gonna say is this, bro. Cause that shit really gets on my nerves. And I'm holding myself together, but that shit really gets on my nerves. If the man left the baby mama and the child, it is then his fault for making a single mother. I mean, I don't understand where the confusion gets brought into it. I don't understand where other factors get thrown into it. It's like, okay, if I had sex with a chick whether we were trying to have a baby or not. If I accidentally get a chick pregnant, or not accidentally, but mistakenly, there's a difference. It's not an accident, it's a mistake, because it was a conscious decision that was a bad decision that I wish I hadn't done. So I mistakenly get a chick pregnant. She says, we gonna keep this baby. And I says, oh, bet, well, I'm gonna just leave. So it's not then my fault for leaving the baby and the mama? Because you don't just become a single black mama out of nowhere. A man has to leave the situation in order for you to become a black single mother. Or am I not getting it? Maybe I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I always factor that in. Maybe I'm an idiot and I'm just not understanding. Because so many dudes believe in this idea that a single mother exists because she made the wrong moves, whereas the man left. If the man just stayed, then she's no longer a single mother. You know what I'm saying? They just got a bastard ass child. But she's not a single mother until the man leaves. He dictates whether she's a single mother or co-parent, or a woman who has a good relationship with her baby daddy. He's the one who makes that decision, not the woman. Now, you do have your anomalies where the woman is just such a bitch that she just runs the man and keeps the man from seeing his kids. That does happen. That does exist. But that's not the most popular scenario. Those are anomalies. Let's just keep watching it, bro.
Blaming a fault. But if we want to look at
a lot of black men are into blaming women because in the black, you know what? It's like you can't have it both ways.
All right, today's burgers are from HelloFresh. They're the griddled onion cheeseburgers.
Man, she done made $12 off me just off these ads, dog.
You can't have it both ways. You can't claim that you're a leader, but then blame black women for where it is that you claim black women are leading men.
This has been my point for the past, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months. A leader cannot blame the people under his leadership for where they are. That's why I say a lot of these niggas don't really want to be men. They really want to be women. Because if you wanted to be a man, you would take your leadership role. And in your leadership role, you might not directly be at fault, but you as a collective are at fault. You know what I'm saying? She said it straight up. You can't want to be a leader and then blame the black women for what's going on. No, you want to be the leader. You want to be the black man. You want to be the leader of what's going on. You have to take responsibility. And I guess niggas get confused and think that taking responsibility means you omit the women of all accountability. No, that's not true. But there's holding the women accountable, and then there's forfeiting responsibility onto the women. That's two different things.
You can't claim that black women have all of this masculine energy when they're not. When you're just, it's like you can't have it both ways. Are black men leaders, or are black women the leaders? Are we the leaders? Are we the ones that are controlling?
I mean, hey, some of these niggas wish the women led. Some of these niggas do wish the women were the leaders. Secretly, they don't want to admit it, or they not gonna say it like that, but some of these niggas do wish the women could just lead so the men could just sit back. That's why they blame women for everything. I be telling y'all, bro, these niggas blame black single moms for the asteroids that killed the dinosaurs, bro. Some of these niggas wish the black women were the leaders and they could just sit back and kick their feet up and drink beer all day. That's sus to me, dog. That's sus to me, dog.
Is this a matriarchy that we're in?
This is the way it's going right now.
The only person responsible for leaving their child is the person who left, male or female. It's nobody else's fault. We are all human, and if we're adults, listen. When is a grown man going to take accountability for the fact that if he produces a child, that child is flesh of his flesh.
A lot of the times, you got to understand. A lot of the time, wait, hold on, wait. A lot of times, these and this goes with me, my life, a lot of y'all's lives. We are oops babies, and it's just a woman and a man sleeping with each other in the neighborhood or whatever, and oops, I'm pregnant. And just like on Men's Society, she calls a good dude like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, yeah, right. Ain't no telling who else you having sex with. I didn't commit to you. You didn't commit to me. So we're just dating. So the possibility of that child being mine is, I don't know. But
you know what?
Wait, no, I'm almost done.
Okay.
If a woman, see, here's the thing. It's not about a woman being the leader. It's about a woman having requirements. It's about a woman having standards. A child comes out of you, okay? Like,
well, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
It's almost like a cookie.
My dumb ass be, man, this goddamn microphone. Bro, see, this is why I just ordered a boom mic. I ordered one of them boom desk stands, so the mic gonna be right here. So I could see if I'm on mute or not. You feel me? But all he would have to do to save his ass is just say that both parties have a responsibility in the situation. Because he's right in saying that, yes, the babies come out of you. Ladies, the babies do come out of you. You have to go through 9 months of pregnancy and throwing up and back pain and all that. And then you got to have the kid. So you do have some responsibility. All he would have to do to save his ass would be to just say, but, I mean, as men, we the ones that bust the nuts inside of you. So we're at fault too. My camera dying. So I'm about to stop my cam, but I'm gonna keep chopping it up with y'all. All he would have to do is say that the black men are responsible as well for busting the nut and then leaving. That's all he would have had to say to save his ass and keep from looking like a dumbass nigga. But he just want to say, nah, you know what? It's the black woman. It's the woman's fault for choosing. All he had to do was just throw that in there and he would have been straight. But no, he ain't want to do that. I'm gonna see if I switch my cam to my computer camera. How does that look? Let's see. Oh, that's straight. We could deal with that. Yeah, y'all could live with that. So we gonna keep it going. Let me fix my angle real quick. All right, we Gucci. So we gonna keep it going, man.
Right? They have to make sure the product that is going into these cookies are right. Because if they don't, and some asbestos or whatever gets in these cookies, it's going to cause somebody to get sick.
You're right.
They're not going to get mad
Black
at
women divest, date out.
Tanya.
Divest and date out. He's telling you right now, divest, date out.
Tanya.
See, now I'm understanding. I didn't understand a lot of the frustrations that black women have until I got to YouTube and I saw just how strange some of these niggas are. You know, so like here, she's starting to just say date out. You know, she just getting frustrated. She just saying date out. And while I hate hearing that, I understand where her frustration coming from because she just listened to this man who's supposed to be a dating coach say that it's not the man's fault for creating a single mother. It's the single mama's fault for choosing the baby father. So I understand the frustrations, you know, so I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? As much as I hate hearing her say black women date out, divest, I gotta say I understand the frustration, dog.
Can we take turns? I'm almost done. I said I'm almost done.
How much longer?
Okay. You don't get mad at the distributor. You get mad at the place that made the cookies. So whoever brought, you know what I'm saying? Am I right or wrong? They chose.
I already said you're right. Black women.
So now he's talking about, so first it was dragonflies, right? Then it was menace to society. And now he's talking about a cookie manufacturing business and asbestos in the cookies. Yeah, this nigga be reaching. I'ma just say that. This nigga be reaching.
Date out. These black men are telling you how they feel. Date out.
The bottom line is a cookie distributor, it can go and get whatever products it needs. If those cookies that the cookie factory made, but they got the cookie stuff from a distributor, if those cookies made the person sick, they're suing the cookie factory.
You spend too much time, Aaron. We have to.
My nigga, like, he seems intelligent. You know, he seems smart. I don't know if he's nervous. I don't know if he knows he been saying a lot of bullshit, so we trying to save his ass, but this nigga's saying some dumbass shit, bro. This nigga is talking crazy. I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about, bro. I'ma just keep it 1,000 with y'all. Like I always said, maybe I'm just dumb, but this nigga talking sound like an idiot to me right now, bro.
Women are the baby factories. So at the end of the day, you have to be careful.
If black women, it's your fault.
Distributing to you in your body.
Black women, it's your fault. These black men will not take responsibility. If the black man leaves, it's your fault. If he tells you some lies and it turns out not to be true, it's your fault. If he dies, it's your fault. So black women, go do something else. Listen, my mother is from the dirty. She's from the South. The best thing my mother did is decide that she would not marry a black American man.
The firearm industry is working with policymakers and law enforcement agencies across.
Damn. She said the best thing her mama did was marry a non-American black man. I mean, hey, bro, I disagree, but you know, that's wild, bro.
Okay.
That's the best thing that she did.
This nigga sick as hell. Yeah, that nigga said, okay. That nigga said, okay. That nigga sick as hell. I'll probably be, if I was talking all that bullshit, I'll probably feel like that too. I ain't gonna lie.
That doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. Okay. So
I'm sure there are some feelings out there.
This nigga hurt as hell. He talking about that don't hurt nobody's feelings. Okay. That nigga hurt.
Who are hurt.
Really?
That's the best thing that she did. Because then I didn't have to have these conversations about low self-worth and low esteem and all of this other stuff.
All right.
Black people in America have a lot of issues and a lot of problems. And one of the biggest problems that I see is black men's refusal to take accountability for his own actions, regardless of how grown he is.
Yeah, I mean,
this particular woman is on this show with Kevin Samuels. This is her saying that she's dating losers.
I bet you each one of the men that she's dating is black American.
Okay, real quick commercial break. Make sure we got 285 people. Make sure to like the video.
See, this is why we got to be more selective with our representatives as black men, because let's just say this nigga is a very bad representation of this conversation right now. You know what I'm saying? She went all the way in her bag of saying best decision her mama made was marrying out. And she was only led to saying that because this nigga been talking all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, somebody should have audited this nigga before he got on this on her live or whatever. She got on his live, he on her live, whatever the case. Somebody should have audited this nigga. Somebody should have had this nigga fill out a survey. Somebody should have interviewed this nigga before he got on here and represented me and my roommate and my friends and my father and my OGs and my uncles and all the other black men watching. Because right now he's representing me. And I'm feeling disrespected. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm feeling disrespected. I'm feeling disrespected right now.
Everybody on here, like the video. I need 20 likes in the next 10 seconds.
And this nigga don't know shit about YouTube. You are not getting 20 likes in 10 seconds, bro. Unless you got like 1 million subscribers, bro. That shit's not happening.
Or we just gonna sit here.
You're so funny. You can click another comment and then click it off to get rid of the thing that's stuck.
Oh, click the comment off. Hold on, exactly, and then
click exactly again. See, now it's gone.
Okay, I'm a newbie. All right, so we're just gonna small talk until we get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. 282.
And I would probably do this for 10 more minutes. You know, we had 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'll probably go to 2:30, maybe 2:35 if it stay interesting. But yeah, dog, this nigga was just not legitimate representation for, you know, a man of my color. You feel me? Not good representation at all. Nigga. This is why. This is how the game gets more and more fucked up. This is how the image of us gets more and more fucked up. Because this is a woman with over 150,000 subscribers. Probably 99% women. So you're going to have, you know, at least tens of thousands of women watching this video and listening to this nigga talk like this, representing me, representing us. You feel me? So then that's making the game more fucked up for me and us. Because he wanted to get on here and talk all that bullshit. That's what's going on here.
287. Let's get at least half of the likes from the people on here.
No, I'm not down talking black men. I think that there are some fundamental cultural issues that exist in this country. And I don't think black people in this country should date one another. I don't. I think that all black people need to date and marry interculturally. I think that we are destructive, and I think that we end up dragging one another down. That's how I feel.
So you're saying black men and black women are each other's problems?
I think there are a lot of.
Well, duh, nigga. Like, what the fuck? That's what we've been talking about the whole life. The struggles that we put up against one another. Yes, nigga, we're each other's problem. Now, we do have the system that makes it hard for both of us. We do have a system that systematically set things up this way to make it even more difficult, exacerbate any existing issues that would have come up. But yes, we are each other's problem. And that's why I have a channel to try to help remedy some of these issues.
A lot of sicknesses, that a lot of pathologies that exist in Black America. And I think it only perpetuates when people with like sicknesses get together and continue to drag one another down.
My thing is this.
Music has been the most important thing in my life. Without music,
I don't care about your fucking guitar, dog.
I just want to be objective. I'm not blaming women but I'm not going to allow anybody to blame men either, because at the end of the day, we're talking about a particular show. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to stay on topic and not go too far off. But the thing about it is, this woman, what she literally said is proof that what the average black woman is actually doing to her own children. She literally said, well, I'm dating down because I want to give men a chance. Why are you giving men, losers, a chance with your womb? Why are you giving losers a chance with your offspring? Like I was saying earlier.
Well, like I said earlier, dog, I think the chick was 35 and her son was a teenager, like 15 or some shit. So it's like, okay, yeah, we all make mistakes, bro. If she was 20, 21 and had a child with an ancient ass nigga, yeah, it's a fucked up mistake, but mistakes happen, bro. Mistakes happen. They just do. They just do. You know, so I'm not about to hold over a black woman's head that when she was 20 years old, she mistakenly had a baby with a dude who turned out, you know, he wasn't going to be in the kid's life. I'm not about to hold that over her head 15 years later when, you know, she run her own business, she make her own money. The kid made it past 10, 12, 13. So the motherfucker obviously alive at least. I'm not about to hold that over her head from something from 15 years ago. That's stupid.
With the dragonflies and lions or whatever, anybody has seen a nature show where a female of whatever was in heat, they will bite the male lion's face off if you try to mount that lion and you're a loser. But a black woman though, oh my God.
Black American.
Where the losers
Listen, this is a problem that is endemic to Black America. You don't see these types of issues as pervasive in Africa. You don't see these issues as pervasive in the Caribbean. You have to ask yourself what's happening in Black America.
Loser choosers.
Sadly, I mean, that's true.
It's a lot
of that has to do with the way you're raised. You know, I'm friends with some Dominican chicks. Throughout high school, I knew a lot of Dominican chicks because I went to high school. Well, they went to high school with a lot of us. So I've had my fair share with knowing Dominicans, particularly Dominican females or Dominican girls, Dominican women. Every single one of them had a father at home. Every single one of them. I'm talking about knowing like 10 to 12 Dominican chicks in my life. All of them had fathers. Well, nope, I'm lying. Except one. One of them don't. But the rest of them all have fathers. Strong, you know, we talking about men's men for fathers too. We ain't talking about no like ham-ass niggas for dads. We talking about men's men as they fathers. So yeah, I mean, it's not going to be as bad as a problem. Because they're raised to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? And they were led by a strong man. Let's continue.
Loser choosers, you know, like you said in Africa, if you know, if you're part of a tribe, you can't be a male won't be let into a new tribe if he cannot prove himself as a provider and a protector. If he can't hunt, he can't be a part of it.
You know, part of the reason I don't respect many of the these quote unquote relationship experts online that are male.
Yeah.
Part of the reason that I don't respect a lot of the Black male relationship experts is because their focus is always on Black women and what Black women need to do. And they really aren't helping Black men to heal. They aren't helping Black men to do the work. All you see them doing is skirting around, talking about Black women's wombs are like a muffin factory, and you have to blame the factory, and it's not a man's fault if he leaves his children. And Black men in America just don't seem to want to take accountability. And it's ridiculous. And I don't have a lot of respect because everybody's coming to Black women because Black people want to make money. They want to try to tear down Black women. They want to make money off of Black women, but people aren't doing what it is that they need. Yes.
That.
How
is a man tearing? The woman said,
Points were made. Ayo Khalid, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, definitely reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? If you need some, send me an email. You know, I be having my emails and my descriptions. You know, you got my Patreon. You can hit me up there. So yeah, whenever you're trying to do that, just hit me up. You know, I appreciate that. But I mean, she making points that I've been saying for a long time. It's like, okay, you a dating coach as a man, but all you want to talk about is what the women need to do. All you want to teach is how the women need to be or what the women should do. Like, I don't understand that. You feel me? I don't understand that. Now I can understand if you're doing both. You know, if you trying to educate men and women. But if you a man, why are you exclusively trying to educate the women? And that's the same goes for a woman. If you a woman, why would you exclusively be trying to educate a man on how to help his dating life? I've been saying that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't get it. And I'm going to stop this right here. Just because, like I said, I'm going to stop this at the 2. Well, I'm going to go a little bit more because they was getting it was getting interesting. It was getting interesting. What's up, Sid? It was getting interesting. So I'm going to play a little bit more.
I date losers.
Ghirardelli Luscious
God,
Caramel,
motherfucking damn.
Try new Ghirardelli White Chocolate Caramel Squares.
I fuck with Ghirardelli, though.
Honey's Price Tracker
Damn.
watches prices on millions of products.
All right, so we're going to play this for a few more minutes.
Because my self-esteem is low. She didn't say that in verbatim, but I'm tired of dating losers. I'm on this and I'm on these apps, and the only men that are attracted to me are losers, and I want a high-value man. And he literally said, get some counseling. And she like, start pulling out her phone. Get some counseling, queen. Playing with her phone. Put your phone down and listen to the man.
When she picked up, from what it is that I saw, by the time she picked up, by the time she picked up her phone, he had already told her that he didn't want to hurt her feelings because she was average at best. She didn't deserve this, and he'd already started insulting her. Kevin Samuels is toxic, and I think that it's very telling that so many Black men gravitate towards these channels where there are people tearing down Black women. You don't see men of other races gravitating.
I've been saying this for a long time. A lot of these niggas just like watching Black women's feelings get hurt. I mean, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? The money is always going to be centered around the women. Either A, you can tell women what they want to hear, like on some Derrick Jackson shit, make your bread that way, or you can berate Black women, and then you'll get a lot of money from the men and some of the low self-esteem women. Either way, the money is in the women, and these niggas know that. That's why I don't really have too much respect for it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. Just don't. We'll play a little bit more. And Camp Bella 80, I might do a part 2, maybe. It'll be later in the week for sure, though, if I do, you know, like on a Friday or something like that. Because, yeah, we are only halfway through. And I know the latter half was the more interesting half. But I'll probably do a part 2, maybe Thursday. Thursday, I'll probably do a part 2 to this. I got to keep it in my notes, though. We're going to play this a little bit more.
Towards content to tear down the women of their race. There's a sickness that exists in this country. There's a sickness. And I definitely think that Black American women need to date out. They need to divest from Black American men. There was somebody in the comments who said that I'm the type of woman that Kevin Samuels would roast. Kevin Samuels cannot permeate or penetrate over here. I was raised in a loving household with both parents. My father loves me and instilled values and worth into me. Feminine, flaming, batty boy like him.
Okay, so if the end, a trusted source, says the ending was indeed cringe as fuck. So I'm gonna probably have to do a part 2 to this. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. If that's where the cringe is, I'm gonna have to do a part 2. Because this shit was already cringe, and this is just the first half. This nigga was a fucking cringe ball, nigga. Goofy ass nigga, dog. Talking all kind of bullshit, bro.
could never come to me, and even he can't permeate over here because my esteem is strong. It's strong over here. I know my worth. I know my worth because I didn't have a feminized pantyhole like him to try to raise me. He couldn't permeate here. This is why he does this. You don't see women from cultures with men who step up and are masculine father figures in the home. You don't see him saying this to those women. He's saying this to broken women who are coming to a man that they can't see, obviously doesn't like women. They're coming to a man who obviously doesn't like women and asking him to rate them and all of this and trying to get advice from him about the type of men. It's like, if you want a six-figure man, go out there and get your six-figure man. Why are you coming? It's like, because they didn't.
So I'm gonna end this part of the stream here. I'm gonna end this part right here. We'll chop it up a little bit more, but I'm gonna end the video analysis here. So I'm at, what is this? So this is about the 59 minute mark. So I'm gonna put that in my phone. We have 59 minutes. But I agree with her. I mean, I'm not gonna say, all I'm gonna say is this, bro. I'm not gonna say whether or not I think Kevin Samuels like men, but I don't think he like women. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think he likes women, strictly based off the way he talks to him. You know, so like, I've never met a dude who really loves women, you know, try to give them advice in this kind of way with all the attitude, with all the zest. So I'm gonna just say that. Can't say if the motherfucker like men. I'm gonna just say I don't think the motherfucker like women. So whatever option that leaves, I don't know, dog. I don't know. But I agree with her. You know, like I said in the beginning, I could get the vibe that she grew up with a father because she values the importance of the men's lead. That's why she was able to list off everything that was wrong and some of the things men should be doing, because she had a father leading her in the house growing up. She was able to watch leadership with her own eyes. And so she can see where there's a lack of leadership as well. You know what I'm saying? So we have 59 minutes. As Gia said, perfect moment, say less. Say less. That's good then. But, you know, let me stop sharing my screen so I could just give some final words. So yeah, you know, so far we've heard this nigga talk a lot of bullshit. You know, it started with dragonflies, then it moved on to menace to society, then it moved on to cookie factories and asbestos. He said that it's the single mother's fault for being a single mother, and it's not the man's fault for leaving. He said that as well. What's some other bullshit this nigga said, bro? He said that his dream would be if black women were less masculine, but they're not masculine to him. He said that when black women talk to him, he get the feminine side, but his dream would be if they were less masculine. It's a little oxymoronic, but you know, hey, I don't see why the masculine energy would be an issue for you if you don't experience it, but that's just my point of view. You know what I'm saying? That's just my point of view. What's some other bullshit this nigga said, bro? I ain't even gonna stress it, dog. It's almost midnight. We had 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm gonna leave y'all. I'm gonna come back with a live tomorrow. I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but we gonna get active tomorrow. Something a little more studious. I might bring back my series of studious acts from a nigga. You know, we might break down another research article tomorrow. Something relating to the black community. I'm gonna do something relating to the black community tomorrow, but I'm gonna catch y'all with a part 2 of this on Thursday. You feel me? So tune back in on Thursday when we do part 2. So that's the topic for today, man. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel and get your ass to bed. Peace.